I want to touch base on healing and more so in a sense a loyalty, and not even a loyalty to any particular person, but a loyalty to yourself, having a deep self respect, a deep self awareness of respect for yourself, and being loyal to yourself to a maximum degree that you won't settle for anything that's in a sense underneath your organic or underneath your spiritual standard or your personality standard, in any essence of, especially when you're trying to heal. You can't be in a level of settling when you're trying to heal. To actually fully and completely and divinely heal yourself, you only have to be up to the highest standard. You can't heal coming from a low place. You can only heal coming from a higher perspective of yourself. So usually people that take deep healing seriously, they usually do things of the highest nature, whether they're canceling any type of form of stress within their lives. They're making sure they saying a prosperous mentality. They stop using certain words. They stop eating certain things. It's not even much so what they're putting in their body, but it's more so what they're putting into their mind, into their character, into their personality. They start changing those things in order to completely heal. They cut themselves off from anything that might be internally sick, not just the physical aspect of sick after the last manifestation of it, because sickness is usually start emotionally before it manifests physically. It's already sparks itself as just a idea in your body, and then the more you feed it, the more you add characteristics to it that contribute to those sick cells, then they start manifesting physically and take over you. Um, but when you in that space, you live up to the highest form of that treatment. That will be your self medicine. So being loyal to that makes you completely and supremely healthy. Now, if you keep settling constantly over and over, you're going to remain in a state of sickness. You're never going to be able to actually progress out of anything. Your progress is just going to be of your own delusion, thinking because you cut somebody off, or you disconnected yourself from something, or you shut down, or you don't tolerate something that you're healing. That doesn't actually mean that. All that means is that now you actually put yourself in a place where you made yourself even more sick, because all those things you needed to cut off or shut down from or disconnect from was actually you. Had nothing to do with anybody else. Your reaction to those things causes you to be the problem. If somebody gets you upset and you act out in a certain way, you're the problem, not them. So in a sense, they're just a metaphor of all the things that disturb you on the inside. When there's no enemy within, there is no enemy without. So if you're already not disturbed on the inside or already sick on the inside, nothing on the outside represents a quote unquote trigger. Nothing on the outside represents a quote unquote or a gaslight or a red flag or whatever type of trendy word you like to use to describe how you scared to deal with the reality of your true self. Nothing will be able to get to you. So until you actually be honest with yourself, stop lying to yourself, start admitting and surrendering to yourself, and start running from yourself. Stop living in a space of, you're not even living in real fear, because real fear causes excitement and it causes things to evolve, change, and erupt. You're living in a superficial sense of fear. You're living in a fear where you're actually using it as just a protection instead of as a push. That's a superficial sense. It's like throwing on a gold costume when deep inside you're really rusty. So if you was coming from a true place of fear, a real heightened sense of fear, it will force you to do better because you'll look at yourself like, I don't want to be that. I'm terrified to ever be that. I'm terrified to ever settle. I'm terrified to get less than. I want to be great. And those things will creep you out so much that it will force you to do the best. So let's just start being honest. Let's stop settling. And then, and only then, you could say you actually healed something. I'm done.